Good morning, y'all. Gonna do a little riff on MLB today for our mediocre morning wrap. So, welcome. Friday, the 24th of September. Happy fall. Not my favorite time of the year, quite frankly. I like spring and summer. Hearing everybody going, "Hey, I love the fall" and everything. I'm just like, put your throat here. I'm just kidding. A bit. Couldn't get right at you first thing in the morning, so we're around midday, and this is what we got to do. Still morning, technically. So what I want to do is I want to talk about MLB a little bit about where the playoffs are standing. We're about 8 to 10 games out, depending on who's got the games in hand. And it just goes to schedule and rainouts and all that kind of stuff. So, start in the American League, the junior circuit. Kevin Cash has done a really nice job with Tampa. They've pretty much, they haven't clinched the East yet, but they got a magic number of like 2. So the Rays are going to take it looks like they've got the East. Expected them to take a step back, but their scouts and their talent evaluation people are just extremely good. The coaching is extremely good, top to bottom. It's a class organization at this point. Which is just weird to say, quite frankly. Houston looks to have the West in hand right now. Seattle's 7 games back. We have 10 games to play. That's not likely surmountable. And the White Sox have clinched the Central. As I had said earlier in the year, let's give La Russa a shot. DUIs and all that notwithstanding, the guy knows as much about baseball in this than most people know. Okay? Guy's good. Wild card in the American League is looking the Yankees in Boston. It would be the Yankees at Boston for the wild card. But Toronto is a game back. Seattle's 2 games back. And a very fading Oakland. Not characteristic of them either. Oakland's always been a late fighter, but they just don't have it this year. They're 4 games out. That's starting, they've been fading. They've lost like 7 out of 10, I think it is. So that's where the American League is at, as far as the playoff potentials. Senior circuit, National League. The San Fran Los Angeles Dodgers duel that has lasted most of the season has been spectacular. From the earlier iterations of the managerial career, this guy running the San Francisco Giants, Gabe Kapler, I didn't expect much from him. He's done a hell of a job. Hell of a job. It's amazing. They're going toe-to-toe with the Dodgers. Dodgers are a game back with 10 to play. So what's likely to happen there is the winner's going to be, not likely, what will happen because of the numbers. Winner of the West gets the division, obviously, and of the winner of the 2 gets the division, and the other one's going to host the wild card. They're like up 13 games on the second wild card team. Milwaukee has had a nice season. They have all but clinched in the Central. The East is still in doubt, though. Atlanta's been playing some mediocre baseball going down the stretch. Philadelphia's surging. Phillies have closed it to 2 games out. They got a shot at Atlanta. And likely that's going to be it's going to be a win in your end kind of thing, because I don't think either one of them is going to get the wild card. Just the way it is. Wild card you're looking at right now, it's the San Fran Dodgers loser is going to host the St. Louis Cardinals, who have won 12 in a row. Really nice stretch. Best stretch they've had in probably 20 years. Amazing. Now, Philly is 4.5 games back, so they're likely having to play in to get the division or nothing at this point. Cincinnati has been fading. They're 5.5 out. They had a nice season, but September has not been good to them. And San Diego, same thing. They're out 6. Neither one of those teams has a snowball's chance in Hades. Last piece of business. Let's invert this bad boy. Let's look at the bottom. I'm an Orioles fan. The House of Pain. She really is. Orioles and Arizona are tied for the worst record in baseball right now at 49 and 104. They have 9 games left to decide who's going to get the number 1 pick. There's no consensus number 1 pick in this draft. There's Kumar Rocker. There's a couple of high school shortstops. What I really love the Orioles are doing, and they are eventually going to be very good because the pitching they have is extremely good, and it's getting from AA. Will probably be up in the AAA level next year. They're about a year, maybe. They got a shot in 22 to be decent in the second half, and they could be a contender in 23. Don't doubt me. I love what they do though. They draft bats and position players. They do not draft pitching. They go out and they trade for it, where they get to scout it, the already mature guys, or the guys that are shown a little bit better. So you're not, because you typically, the more you draft arms, the more likely you are to have people that are busts. A guy that can hit really well at the collegiate level or the high school level, it's pretty indicative of what he's going to be able to do to at least not be a bust when he gets towards the major league level. Some of these guys, their best thing is going to be to get to AA and AAA, and they're going to be chips when it's time to contend. You just never know. So you're looking for depth, and you're looking for guys that can be major league ready and build a roster around. So what the guys in Baltimore are doing now, which I really love, like I said, is we're only going to draft, or we're primarily going to draft, bats. And we're going to go trade, and we're going to go in free agency eventually, pick up the arms. And I like that a lot. So they may have the number 1 pick again, the Orioles, for the second time in the last 3 years. Not a good look. But as their farm system has gone from 0 to hero in a heartbeat. They have done a nice job. They're scouting Latin America well. They're getting some Latin players. Not only can they dance, they can typically play very well, especially infielders. Truth. So 1 and 2 are pretty locked in, whichever one, between Baltimore and Arizona. But Texas, the pain they're having down in Dallas, they're looking at being the number 3, possibly the number 3, so that you got a little bit of a toggle going on between 3 and 4 as well. 1 and 2, and then 3 and 4 separately. Doesn't look like 3 is going to jump up. Record of 55 and 98. They're 2 games better, or they're 2 games worse, than Pittsburgh. That looks like they're going to be in at the number 4. So that 3 versus 4 dynamic could change. That 1 versus 2 obviously could change because they're in a dead heat. What I see with Pittsburgh and what I see with Texas is, and I definitely still see with Arizona, is that they're not turning the draft picks into nearly the farm system that the Orioles are. So on this list of 4, the Orioles will be off this list next year. Next year, 22, I think they'll sniff 500. I really do think they will. They will, because I think they're gonna get the September call ups. They're gonna have to bring up some guys earlier in the year than that on the pitching side. I think they're gonna be within 10 games of 500. They're gonna win probably 70, 75 games max. 23. Watch them. Somewhere between 500 and 85 wins. They're going to be in contention. 24, I expect the playoffs. So you heard it here first. Grandpa Ranty was here on Wednesday. He'll be back again next week, I promise. He's never far away. I invite your comments. I invite your suggestions. If you got some topics you'd like me to hit, I'll consider them. If you got some comments on how I'm getting this wrong, I'll consider those too. But what I really want out of you is to like, comment, subscribe, hit the ring-a-dingy, say all. Spread this video far and wide, because sharing is caring, and I need all the caring that I can get. You guys have a pleasant weekend. I will holler at you on Monday. Peace. See ya.